Oh my god, I love being motivated. I love being motivated. Me too. I love being motivated.
Hi, I am Brett Dupree, your motivational, inspirational life coach, champion of authentic joy. Here to talk to you about a movie I just watched, Inside Out. For the people who don't know, Inside Out is a movie by the Pixar about this girl named Riley, who is on this move, and you see the personification of her emotion: fear, joy, sadness. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh yeah, disgust. The interesting part about this movie is the fact that it kind of shows what's going on in Riley's life, and then you can hear her emotions, her inner thoughts moving, and then you see how those inner thoughts turn into actions. From a personal development point of view, this movie is extremely interesting. I highly recommend it. I just want to go through a really simple little review from beginning to end. The movie is touching. I had tears well up a few times while watching this movie. It really does a good job at tugging heartstrings, and if you're the type of person who's really into personal development, it is a wonderful, wonderful movie with a great moral. If your kids will enjoy it, the kids that were in the theater seem to enjoy it. I unfortunately was just a creepy old man watching the movie alone. However, it didn't matter because I thoroughly enjoyed it. I laughed, I cried, it was funny, it gets 5 out of 5 or whatever scale that I'm going to use from now on in these review videos that I'm doing. It's one of the best movies I have seen this year, if not all time. Now for the spoilers. Everything beyond this is a spoiler. The purpose of this video and this video series that I'm going to start doing is to look at the personal development aspect. We live in a world with a lot of media, and the way we can talk to this media is to ask it what it means to you and how you could utilize it in your life. Inside Out is this beautiful story about Riley moving and how the move affects her emotions, especially joy and sadness. Those are the two most important. Up until this point, Riley's had a pretty blessed life. Everything is going her way. Yes, she has bouts of sadness, but nothing big. This movie actually really touched me because I could see myself a lot in this movie. I remember up until my age of 8, I was this joyful, happy kid who could make friends really easily, and then I went through my abandonment issues with my mom. And I could kind of see how the way Riley's emotions were handling it in her head, kind of wanting to put on these outside happiness and not really affect sadness, kind of not really feel sadness, kind of push sadness away. What are you doing, sadness? You're not supposed to feel sad. And the movie's moral message, again this is spoiler, is the fact that all your emotions are a part of you, and it's important to feel sad. Sadness plays a role in your emotional well-being. And the fact that this isn't a children's movie, this is awesome. This brings me back to the movies back when I was a kid, where it almost seemed to exist to teach me that lesson that sadness is okay. Like Secret of Nim had so much sadness. And a lot of movies today just seems to kind of hint on the sadness or just have down parts, but not really embrace the sadness. And it was really sad, just especially the breakdown at the end when and that was the really cool part about it, is the movie had this crescendo. If you watch the movie, you notice that the climax of the movie was her crying about being sad, and that is just amazing to me. It was so exciting and just watching it happen. But the part that really spoke to me is years of my life I had that control that started to just kind of, all the colors faded out and didn't really work that well because I kept on pushing my emotions down. And that's what happens when you push your sadness down and you don't allow yourself to feel sad. You don't really get to feel angry. You don't really get to feel as much fear, or I felt almost a constant fear. almost felt like fear was always on my control panel to make sure I could never get hurt again. And I could just see that emotionalness that she felt during that, and that really spoke to me. And one thing in my professional development and really looking at it and really learning about it, what I've learned is the fact that the feeling of emotions is important, including sadness. And no, it's not fun. It's not fun to feel sad, but to stop feeling sad is to take away an aspect of yourself. And feeling sad allows you to move through that emotions. Yes, if you wallow in your sadness all the time, that can lead to depression. And that's not healthy. I think any emotion. But if you're just pushing joy all the time. I know, this is called Joyous Expansion. But I call myself the champion of authentic joy. Authenticity is extremely important because authenticity is allowing yourself to feel the emotions and feel exactly what you feel at the time you're feeling it. Authentically, realistically. You feel that, and you feel that for a reason. Move through it, talk to people, connect, talk to therapy, or whatever you need to do. Listen to happy songs or listen to sad songs and work through your emotions. I do the work by Byron Katie a lot and little NLP, but I always make sure I feel my emotions because I allow myself to feel the emotions. That's helped me so much better now than I used to be. The moral of the story is amazing. I absolutely loved Inside Out, and I highly suggest you watch it. I know I spoiled a lot of it, so I'm hoping you actually watched it before watching this video. And I want you to look through your life. And what does this movie mean to you? What really speaks out to you? Because that was what spoke out to me. What spoke out to me is how important it is to embrace all your emotions. And the fact that they put this in a children's movie, I think is awesome. And not only, what did you learn from this? How are you going to utilize that in your life from now on? How are you going to be a little bit better because you watched this movie? So write that in the comments. Comment on this video of how is your life going to be different or reinforced because you watched this movie? How is your life going to be different if you watch? How are you going to utilize sadness and your emotions that you watch this movie? The way I'm going to is I'm going to be even more vulnerable. This movie showed me that I need to be more vulnerable with my emotions and really put myself out there more. And that I'm on the right path to being the person I know I truly can be, because I'm always being, always becoming, and I'm going to continue to feel my emotions, continue to know that my emotion is right for that time, and then move past it and allow myself to grow as a human being. If you like this video, put a like, thumbs up, and leave a comment on how much you like it as well. Subscribe or like my page, depending on where you're watching this. And thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day.
JoyousExpansion.com. JoyousExpansion.com. Come and say hello to Brad Dupree. He is an inspirational life coach, good for you and good for me. He turned my life from grey to blue, I'm sure he'll do the same for you. Get in touch and you'll see your life will change dramatically. JoyousExpansion.com. JoyousExpansion.com. Yeah.